Can't wait to listen to you scream for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a tangent planned out. We'll see if the segment hits. Big Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Mason, are you ready? Or Marcy, it's Marcy. Are
Use
you
my
ready?
internet
Whoa.
handle. Yeah. All right. I'm here.
Let's fucking go! Baby! Yes!
Nice one.
We're so fucking back.
Okay.
We're gonna take Canada by the balls. Not that they have any balls. They are a ballless people, as we will find out. Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the whole entire world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Orion. Joining me, as always, is Micah. What's going on, big guy?
Hello, my grillos.
Back for yet another fantastic foray into the world of radical centrism. Joining us again, you know, this has been the third man. He kind of fell off. You can't find him anymore. Skirting his responsibilities as the third man. Telling me multiple times, you know, when I give him 5 minutes of notice, hey, we need a guest. Can you please come on? Saying no. I'm too busy playing Magic the Gathering in Overwatch. It is Marsey. What's going on, my main man, Marsey?
You can find me north of St. Paul. I've been gone, dude, too. I don't know. I've been gone for 2.5 months. I just got home. Now I got to do this podcast. I was trying to relax, but here I am. Beer in hand.
You should be glad to be given this opportunity. Do you know how many people would kill to be on our esteemed program there, Marcy? Do you understand the privileged position you find yourself in?
How many people we have to turn down every day?
That's a privilege I've earned, you know. There's a reason you guys have me.
You may notice, my grill, is that Marcy, he sounds a little different than he used to. He used to have the smooth, chocolatey velvet voice of a young man, but he's been trying to Alex Jones Max. He's trying to gargle as much gravel as possible, smoking multiple packs of cigarettes a day, and now he sounds like he's in the beginning stages of lung cancer, throat cancer. So,
yeah,
how do you feel about that?
There's been a few people mentioning that today. It's not my fault. I've been kind of stressed out for the last few months. I've been chain smoking a lot. I'm going to tone it back. In fact, not only am I going to tone it back, I actually have to quit smoking in about 9 months. So I'm just getting in as much as I can before I quit at 30, which I'm definitely going to do because I've been saying I'll quit.
9 months? Did you knock up a girl too?
Or wait a second. I got 10 months. 10 months. But
you have to retain the tar for the long winter.
Yeah, I heard if you quit by the time you're 30, you're pretty much all good. So I've been telling people I'll quit smoking when I'm 30 since I was like 15. And all of a sudden I'm getting there, which is kind of...
That is true.
Spooky. I still feel like a young man. Apparently I'm becoming middle-aged, but that's fine. So yeah.
Well, you know, you should just join the vapist class, you know? My voice pristine. My voice clear as a crystal. You can see right through it. Beautiful. Perfect for the airwaves. You know, you join the vapist class and you'll find yourself healthy, able to walk uphill. I mean, I can't walk up hills very well because I'm kind of fat, but if I was fit, okay, I would have great breath retention.
I don't believe in that faggy electronic bullshit. I just don't do it. I'd rather not. No, I'll quit.
Ted pilled on the vape lifestyle.
I'll quit. It'll be easy, you know? It's just willpower.
Switch to cigars.
Dude,
that's true.
I've seen you not smoke for an hour.
Cigar in your mouth.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, you switch over to cigars, stick a nice big phallic cigar in your mouth and puff away on that.
I could
just
do
the
that.
tip.
Does it count if I'm a pipe smoker instead? You know?
Oh, yeah, that's a very refined way to smoke.
No, I'll just quit the tobacco. It is bad. Like, my voice is a little raspy. You know, I was going through about 2 packs of cigarettes a day up there. I'm pretty confident my crew members were stealing at least half a pack, so it's not that bad.
Look, guys, before we dive further into this area of discussion, I just want to put it out there. This is not an anti-smoking PSA from the Grillcast, okay? This is a Mason smokes entirely too much.
No. I'm not trying to say that at all. Look, I think that you could continue down this path. You could get a based Alex Jones gravel voice, okay? You could dump on the youngins with it. You could fight the globalists with it. I think you should continue this. I'm going to quit by 30 talk. Dude, I've seen you not smoke a cigarette for an hour and then just spurg the fuck out. Like, you're actually a maniac if you don't have nicotine for an hour. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Well, that's what it does for me. It takes the edge off. Once you get this deep into tobacco, like I don't actually get any like nicotine buzz. It's just I start feeling bad if I don't smoke every like
just
30
like
minutes.
Punching walls. Yeah, nicotine kind of calms me down,
Yeah, and so the thing is, like, yeah, it makes me feel not bad. So then when I go up and I'm working for like 17 hours a day for like 2.5 months or like whatever the fuck it's been, I'm like, okay, if I smoke another cigarette, I won't feel bad anymore. But then I'm always feeling kind of bad because I'm kind of pissed because shit's, and so then I just keep chain smoking. It doesn't really take.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle. Yeah.
Very, very compelling content we've started off here with today. But my Grillas, I want to kick off the sermon of centrism. I want to start with something near and dear to me, with some hard-hitting facts and logic. And I want to give you a source to one of our most repeated mantras, that of I'm not gay. I'm not gay, okay? I'm not gay. A fact that every radical centrist will tell to their families, their friends, random people walking down the street. We all know this to be true. But, if you're a critical thinker, if you're a big-brained Giga Chad with a massive noggin, you might say, well, wait a second, being gay is a choice. And so then, if it's a choice, you had to make a decision. Why is it that you're not gay? Why? Why are you not gay when there's the benefits of, sex whenever you want it, preferential treatment for hiring at our based mega corporations, never having to listen to your partner tell you how fat they are when they're not fat at all? There's so many benefits, so many upsides. Why would any man not choose to be gay? And so I'm gonna go on a tangent here a little bit, guys. I'll let you know when you can cut in. Keep your mouth shut. I'm dispensing wisdom. Keep that mouth. Keep it zipped, guys. Okay? Do we agree?
What did you say?
Go for it.
Thank you. So I can only speak for myself. I'll let you guys tell everyone why you're not gay. But for myself, you have to be realistic about what gay lifestyle is available to you, because it's not the same for everyone. Some gays are privileged enough to live the best life possible, clean cut, in shape. These people are what I refer to as the Chad fags, or fag Chads. The fag Chad lives in a fancy condo in the most affluent metropolises. They're slurping girly drinks at bougie rooftop parties, vacationing with fellow Chad fags to island paradises, living the dream. And so, my Grillas, this is the dream that lulls many young men into the choice of becoming gay. The life of no desire left unfulfilled. And that sounds good, right? That sounds like a really good way to live. But now, here's where reality comes in. That pesky little thing we call reality. I'm a fat guy. I say faggot, and I say the N-word. I work blue-collar jobs, and I live in the buttfuck middle of nowhere. So, for men like me, who would choose to be gay, the gay lifestyle is that of the Discord gay. You're relegated to these harsh deserts of faggotry. You're talking to some tranny on Discord or Reddit, role-playing My Little Pony or furry shit, desperately pretending that the other guy on the other end isn't also a terminally online 300-pound Norwood maxing slob. You don't get that nice dream. You don't get to reach the pinnacle, these great heights that the fag Chad gets, Because with women, you can punch above your own weight easily. You can trick them by whispering sweet nothings into their ear. You can drive a nice car. You can flash some money. You can gaslight them into never leaving you with threats of murder or suicide. These are all tools that you could use to secure an attractive woman, but this will never work on the superior brain of the gay man. It's like the Indian caste system, right? You're born into it, and you'll stay there forever. You can check out anytime you like, but you can't ever leave. That is the reality of the situation. Now, for you guys, what I find interesting, Micah, you're an otter maxer, good-looking guy with some nice sideburns. I don't know why you would choose to eschew the God-given lifestyle of the metropolis homosexual. And Mason, you got that Freddie Mercury mustache coming back into town after your fishing job.
It's gone. I shaved
some
it.
weight up there.
I shaved it before I even got back. You didn't notice? It's gone. Yeah.
You're ruining the bit.
Yeah, no one can see you right now, dude. You have the Freddie Mercury mustache. Just accept it. Accept it. You know, you're in shape and working all this time. Why do you guys choose not to be gay? What is preventing you from doing so? That's what I don't, that's what the audience wants to know with bated breath. Go.
Well, for me, it's about it's about going down the road less followed, right? It's not easy being a straight man, okay? It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And for me, step one in this process is prevention. Like you said, it is very easy to be enticed into the bourgeoisie, kind of gay community, especially when you have such fantastic looks that I've been blessed with. But me personally,
and a golden chocolate voice. Don't forget.
And a golden
that.
chocolate voice, indeed. But the first step that I've taken is I've never even looked at a gay person. I'm not able to. I've only heard rumors and whispers about what that is like, and that helps me avoid falling into that lifestyle. I also eat a pound of meat every day for dinner. I eat a pound of meat every day for dinner to keep my testosterone levels high so that I'm always pursuing women. And my girlfriend, that's right, girlfriend, she tells me every single day how stunning and beautiful I am. And these things help me. Yeah, these things help keep me off that path, that disgusting, awful path.
Well, when I look at that, I'm filled with inspiration because you're saying I'm doing things the hard way. I'm not taking the easy way out. I could do that, but I'm a man, goddammit. And, hard times make strong man. And I am a hard man, for women.
Right.
And I am not gay. That is what you were telling the world. And it is so brave.
I'm waiting with bated breath to hear about Mason's journey in not being gay.
Oh,
you eat a pound of meat rather than get pounded by meat, and I respect that entirely, wholeheartedly. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mason. Tell us why you're not gay, unless you are gay, which I kind of have my suspicion.
My reason for not being gay is simple. I hate women, and the worst thing I can do to women is inflict myself on them and bang them. I try and cause disasters in women's life. That's why I'm not gay.
I think most gay guys do hate women. I think they hate women more than anybody. That's not really a.
Wait a second.
You analyze the facts, and you think to yourself, hold the phone. I'll let you just mull that over a little bit. You don't have to continue.
Look, you heard from all of us. You can draw your own conclusion.
Leave a comment if you think Marsey is gay.
Look.
Like the video if you think Mason is gay. Subscribe to the Gumroad if you think that he may in fact be a butt pirate. Now, to get off this a little bit, speaking of fags, let's talk about Canada. Canada, the Great North, as it's called, the gay North. So we have our boy, Donald Blorp, Orange, and he will soon assume control of our glorious nation as its new CEO, new chief executive officer of our nation. And he's promised to expand our glorious American empire and wage war on the real threats against the Democratic Republican way of life. And those would be Canada, Panama, Mexico, and Greenland. He's no longer taking their shit. We've taken it too long. We've let them get away with too much. And it just brings a tear to my eye, knowing that not only for my entire life, but for every single war that the Americans have engaged in since the Civil War, I mean, they've been psyops against the radical centrist class. World War II, more like World War Jew. Vietnam, more like Viet Yawn. Okay? Ukraine, more like you gay. That one's not as good. But this, my girl,
right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
This is different. We as a nation, as Americhads, are finally taking on the Maple Menace, these fucking snow monkey Canadians, and we're taking back what is rightfully ours, what was always ours, what God has ordained us with, and what should have never been in the grasp of their sticky, maple-covered hands. My gorillas, my esteemed panelists here on the show today, what are your thoughts on our imminent takeover of these countries?
I think a lot of people think that Canadians are like us, particularly people in like more South United States, California, places like that. They have this idea that Canadians are basically Americans or that we're remotely similar. And you really have to live near them and interact with them to understand that they fucking suck. And so I really want to be clear that we need to conquer them and not like any idea of them voting, anything like that.
No,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
No.
Subjugation.
Complete subjugation. Total control. Genocide is in order. I'm calling for that here. An official Grillcast call to action. Canadian genocide.
Are we differentiating? Are we differentiating between the white Canadians and all the Indians?
They are kind of becoming an Indian country.
No, we're not differentiating between them. They've chosen to abandon God by occupying that country, okay? They've chosen to abandon the principles of democracy, of the American way of life. And, they sit up there, but what about our health care? What about the death care we're going to be bringing to you imminently?
I mean,
what about that, Canada?
Haven't they been killing themselves with like suicide booths lately? Hasn't that been a thing? They might.
You know what? We're going to make that a lot cheaper and easier for them, and we're not going to let them choose.
I mean, I do agree. Canada is one of those countries where their shorts don't exactly fit the waist. They have a little bit more in terms of natural resources and land than they can really realistically handle and utilize. And Trump's move not only against Canada but all these other countries. It kind of reminds me of, when I was just, an innocent little kid, and, kids have the purest thoughts and ideas, and they really speak truth to power, because they don't have all the corruption, the wing cut corruption that you gain over time from living in society.
5 minutes later.
All right, so we cut out for a minute there. Audio technical issues, but Micah, let's hear the rest of what you got to say, buddy.
Oh, yeah. So, like I was saying,
fucking snow monkeys.
When I see what Trump is doing, it harkens back to a childlike innocence in us all, where when we were kids, as American kids, we used to look around at the world and say, "Hey, why don't we just take over everyone else? What are we doing? Like, we're the best country in the world. These places are useless and gay. Why don't we just take their shit?" And I think that's probably an experience that we all share from our childhoods, our first kind of political thoughts. And he's finally living that dream out for us in real time.
I mean, it's kind of common sense. That's been the thing forever. Any great empire in history, they're like, no shit, we're going to conquer everyone around us. And I don't know, we have these ideas about...
What I was saying earlier is that the wing cuck mentality has sort of beaten that primal instinct out of us. That thing that we still know is truth when we're just children.
We have this whole idea of freedom and our history escaping the British Empire and all that. But I think what we really have to think about is, why don't we take our glorious freedom and spread it through the world by conquering them? You know what I mean? Like, Canada isn't free. Canada's been, I don't know, I remember the trucker protests. They were going into bank accounts and fucking doing all this crazy shit. I don't know, and Trudeau, fuck that guy. They clearly can't manage themselves. So we have an intermittent phase, right? We conquer them. We take over. They're not quite. We
don't
free.
Allow them to vote.
Yeah, obviously not. We can't allow them to corrupt our system. But maybe in a few generations of interbreeding and maybe one day we can make a truly free Canada, because they don't have, that's not a future that's happening right now, a free Canada in the future. But if we do conquer them and teach them, properly how to be free. It's our
manifest destiny to do so.
Yeah.
It's what God wants us to do. He ordained our country with the wisdom to have the best system ever put into place. It harkens back to what you were saying, Micah. I'm not gay because I've never seen a gay person. Well, clearly you've never been to Canada, because if you went up there, that's their whole country. We need to help cleanse them.
And let me tell you this, after being in Canada for, I think, a week and a half I had a newfound resolve and trust in our government that one day we would march into Canada, force them all to shoot guns, and shoot those guns at every bagged milk in every supermarket across their country.
What a fucked up society. Bagged milk. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a bag of milk.
God, I used to have to play hockey against Canadians all the time. And, the big difference between Canadians and Americans is if you if you went to go throw a mean fucking shoulder check into an American hockey player, 90% of them will turn their own shoulder and they'll try and hockey check through you. They'll be like, oh yeah, you're going to knock me over? I'll fucking knock you on your ass. You know? Canadians will do some gay figure skating fucking dumb shit, or they'll pass the puck. They do a lot of passing the puck up there because they don't have the confidence that they can just dangle it themselves through the other team and score. Anyway, they don't have the individual mindset. They have this faggy, non-conflict mindset, and then this teamwork thing that's really basically socialism.
Their mindset is, individually I am a fag, but together we are all faggots. We are a mighty faggot.
And that's why they haven't.
That is the mindset of the Canadian.
And that's why they haven't won the Stanley Cup in 30 years.
The one thing.
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I was just going to mention that the one unfortunate consequence that I do foresee is this kind of feeding into Trump is literally Hitler. He's trying to take over the world. And, to that I say, would Adolf Hitler offer peaceful cooperation with Indians, Native Americans, and other non-white people to serve a common interest?
He's talking about economically taking over Canada, which I guess is possible, but I actually think we should go
That's
further.
A bluff.
Yeah.
That is a bluff. He's talking about that first so that, when they don't capitulate, when they say, oh, well, we don't care about money here. We care about feelings. It's all about how we feel. Money means nothing to us. So that we have the, precipice. We can say, look, they didn't listen to us. We were forced to go there and carpet bomb them. We were forced to round them up and put them into camps. We had to do it. We had no other choice. We actually tried to bring a real Canadian onto the show today so that I could make fun of him for imminently being murdered by our base troops. I was going to laugh at him, tell him how we're going to rape his family and whatnot. But he said, and get this is the state of Canada. This is how primitive and fucked up they are. He says he doesn't even have a computer. This was a solution. Oh, can I call in with an iPhone or an iPad, bud?
Hey, Jesus
that was his
Christ.
solution. An iPhone or an iPad. Jerry, you fucking maple mongoloid. No, you can't call in with a fucking iPad. You fucking idiot. What are you thinking, man? This is a professional podcast production, and you want to call in with a fucking iPad like you're 3 years old? Like you're an iPad baby? This is why we're going to carpet bomb your fucking igloo, bro. This is why we're going to slit those flappy heads from your fucking Canadian throats. This is why we're going to stab out your beady little Canadian eyes. Because we have to do this. We have to save you from this life of Canadian mediocrity that you've grown accustomed to. He said that and thought it was a completely normal thing. Oh, I only have an iPad. What?
Oh, you don't have a computer? Yeah, no, that's fucked up. I feel like I've met a lot of Canadians like that. They all have iPhones, and they don't have money. You know what I mean? They're poor.
Yeah,
they have counterfeit Indian knockoffs, dude. They're not even real iPhones. It's crazy. It's absolute craziness. They act like that, and then they wonder why we're going to go and drop the first 2 nukes in Japan, the third one straight into Canada, straight into Toronto.
I think it's
time.
I think France and Germany said something about not tolerating that, and it's like, what are you going to do exactly? We're
going to have to come together as a nation and collectively decide, do we actually want Quebec?
Quebec should be an example. That's where the nukes go, man.
Yeah, that's where the nukes should go.
Yeah.
Especially after the French started. Dude, the French fucking were yapping their mouth, apparently, and I didn't see their comments about, we won't tolerate, threats to the sovereignty of Canada, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
what are you
really?
Gonna do? What are you going to do?
Burn Quebec. Be like, there you go, France. There's your fucking gay offshoot. I mean, you're gay, but, bye.
Yeah, what are they going to do? That is a good question.
Assemble the moose.
If you guys do that, we're going to write a very sternly written letter in our gibberish gay languages saying that we don't
We're
going
to write it in English and French, so that the Quebecers can understand.
Is China going to stop us? No. If we actually want to take it, it's ours. There's nothing anyone can do about it. The only thing is our goodwill. But is it really goodwill? Any other nation, before World War One, like, you know, they would have just taken
The
it
only
over.
reason it hasn't happened before is because we haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new concept. Wait, we could just take that.
Our eyes are open. Like, we can just have all the maple syrup for ourselves. Like, I don't know. We can put them in fields. They can mine it for us. Fucking chain them to trees.
Make them work in the maple syrup mines.
Yes. Give me that
Hell
good
yeah,
shit.
brother.
Yeah.
The Canadian gulag.
I mean, Canada, they're the worst offender. They've had it coming for the longest time. It's only through our kindness, grace, and benevolence that they've been allowed to exist up to this point. Otherwise,
they've literally been LARPing as a country.
Yeah, they've been pretending to be
LARPing.
sovereign this whole time. I mean, it's not really a change. Like, we do own them. They just kind of get to... And you know what? They still have the fucking queen on their money. They still technically are, like, subservient to the British crown. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's not going to fly.
Those
that's
rapists,
not going to fly.
like, really? For no reason. They're just like, oh, yeah, we also just love those rapists over there. We never actually broke free of tyranny back in the day. We just kind of
we got a hall pass 40 years ago.
Yeah.
We got a note.
We got a hall pass.
We got a written note that says we're a country.
What it comes down to is we let them have their little playtime. They had their little pretend government. We let this little experiment ride out, where we pretended that they had human rights, that they were human in and of themselves. But playtime's over. Time to pick up your toys, because we're coming. And we're coming fast. We're coming hard. We're coming all over you, buddy. You like that? What about that? Canada, huh?
Then there's fucking Greenland. And, you know, it's funny they got all pissed off when we just offered to buy it. I mean, we bought Alaska from the Russians a long time ago. Buying land is not an offense, you know, offering to be like, hey, we'll give you some money for this barren fucking land. Nobody lives there. Oh, it's an assault on our sovereignty. It's like, no, it's trade.
It's bailing you out of your poor financial decisions.
We might actually make something useful out of it, you know? They might actually have more than like 2 towns there. I'd probably, if we tried to settle Greenland, you know, the government offers incentives to go over there.
It's not like the Dutch are like intensely attached to these 50,000 Inuits.
Yeah, exactly. Who lives there right now? Like
50,000 Inuits.
Do they matter at all? What the fuck are they doing up there? Are they like natives in Greenland? I don't even know.
I don't think they care at all. Actually, I thought I saw something come out recently that said that they were interested in leaving, like not being controlled by the Dutch.
Yeah, are they like the equivalent of Alaska natives? Fuck, the Russians didn't mind getting rid of those at all. Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't even really want those, but the land's okay.
Well, you know why they call it Greenland, right? It's because there's so much green there. And I'm not talking about, you know, the forests. It's a patch of ice, but money. There's so much money to be extracted from there. So much industry that we could establish, okay? There's so much that is not being taken advantage of because Europeans are allergic to making money. They hate it. It goes against their prime directive. They don't know how to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to learn, and it's being squandered. As an American, that makes me sick.
Speaking of things being there that aren't being taken advantage of, what about those 50,000 Inuits? Shouldn't we be utilizing them for cheap labor?
No, wait a second.
The best and brightest of those Inuits should come here and work in our tech sector.
We've been trying to make Native Americans work for a long time. Not even Americans can make Native Americans work, dude. Jesus Christ. I mean, it sounds to me like we've got another bunch of Alaskan natives. That is a detriment. Those people, if they're anything like them, they're completely useless.
Those 50,000 Inuits, they will be as American as apple pie. Just you wait.
In fact, that's the whole thing when we do this, when we buy Greenland and take it or whatever, we need to make sure we don't give them a bunch of retarded concessions. Like when we bought Alaska, we were like, oh yeah, we'll just like give the natives a bunch of shit. Who cares? It's up in Alaska. And now 200 years later, all that shit's like pretty important. They're balling out super hard. And we give them more and more shit every year. These fucking libs are like, oh yeah, why don't we just like have them? Well, they need to live in their ancestral homeland, even though they used to migrate. They don't actually have an ancestral homeland. So they need helicopter rides to school and fucking like
Olympic-sized swimming pools for their schools.
There are 5 fucking natives in their school, and they need all this money so they can buy fucking ski-doos and all this bullshit and live in butt fucking shoot caribou and free alcohol.
I'm just imagining I'm just imagining like the United States purchases Greenland, right? And the it becomes US territory. The Inuits, they're all US citizens. And then immediately thereafter, 200,000 Indians immigrate there. War of the Indians.
That'd be kind of
Indian
sweet.
versus Indian. Hell yeah.
Honestly, yeah, we could establish like there's been that argument going on about the tech visas, right? The 1Bs
That's
or
right,
whatever, where
Yeah, we talked
Trump
about
didn't
that.
used to be about it, but now Elon Musk wants the Indian slaves, so he's kind of backtracking. What if we like set up Greenland? We start building like cities there that are like tech slave grounds. Then we import all these super smart people from third world countries, but we don't let them come into the actual United States. We just send them to Greenland. You know
My
what I
God.
mean? Like,
Establish the biggest call center in
yeah,
the entire world.
like it's like kind of America. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know. Would that work? Like, you know, Amazon has like one thing here and then one over there for all their foreign-ish
Well,
workers.
I think the cold of Greenland would actually serve to neutralize their smell, their odor. Like, it's so cold there that their odor cannot possibly offend you.
Yeah, we have like a new visa program where, you know, if you spend like 3 generations in our Greenland, you know, place colony, then you could maybe move to real America.
You can move to like Newark,
Arkansas,
New Jersey.
Yeah, or like yeah, somewhere
You
like
can
that. We
move
could have
to,
tiers to this.
And we ban them from our national parks. We have to do that,
Yeah,
too.
they
Of
can't
course.
come to national parks. That's a problem.
We talked about that last time, but I want to talk about Panama, too, and the Panama Canal. That's another area that we're talking about taking over, no longer allowing it to be squandered. You know, Jimmy Carter selling it to Panama for $1 with,
For peanuts.
as a show of goodwill, for selling it for peanuts.
I
But I just want, I don't have too much of a thought about it other than like, you know, in war movies like Vietnam War, it shows the guys going over in helicopters, like fucking blasting Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater, and how badass that is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine the movies where we blast Panama by Van Halen while you're flying in there to carpet bomb those faggots and take it back. Panama!
Well-
That's bass.
The funny thing, sorry, the funny thing about it is you look at that situation and there's even more justification there because it's like that meme, right? Where it's like America built the canal. And America's like, I built this. And then they leave. And then Panama's like, I built this.
Yeah. I didn't even know we gave it back to them. Why? Like, we built that. It was an amazing feat of engineering. And, like, I mean, I know it's all for show anyway. Obviously, like, we control the oceans in general. We also obviously control the one water, you know, way there. I mean, I'm sure it's guarded by U.S. Navy ships, like U.S. infrastructure.
No doubt.
Like, it's not like Panama is fucking controlling that thing. Really.
There's Chinese ports, Mason. The woke mind virus allowed Chinese ports to be established in the Panama Canal. How could this happen?
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't think so. I'm not down with that.
Yeah, I mean that's part of this too is growing our coalition. You know, I don't know how down Panama and Greenland have been with the plan or Canada. Canada won't even, you know, like Canada, all these countries are bitching about they won't pay their 2%, have 2% national defense budget because the U.S. is going to bail them out anyway. I don't think Canada's been agreeing to be live up to their NATO expectations when they signed to be in NATO. They said they'd spend this much on defense. Canada's not making it. So, all right.
As far as I'm concerned, they haven't met their commitments, and as such, they forfeited their right to life.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to go there. We have to raise their lands, rape their women and we have to do it for democracy. We have to.
Yeah, there are Canadian women are all right, you know.
And I do want to talk about another benefit to these wars, because like you said, you know, there's not only these Canadians, these Mexicans, fucking Mexicans, these Greenlanders and Panama people, whatever they're called, Panamaniacs.
Pandemoniums. Yeah.
Yeah, pandemoniums. All saying, no, this can't happen. There's people on our very own American soil saying that this would be detrimental to our country, saying that War is wrong in all cases. That we cannot support this. That this would be an affront to the democratic values that we hold near and dear. But what they're not thinking about are the benefits of war. You know, the development of new technology. Because it's common knowledge that wars have been responsible for our economic superpower status that we obtained in the 50s. The development of computers and weaponry. You know, we all know this to be true, but what nobody talks about, and this is so important, my grill, is what nobody is talking about is the absolute boom of new racial slurs that are developed during wartime. Racial slur technology advancing. Like, take for example, zipperhead for the Vietnamese. I'll do a little quiz. Do you know why we called the Vietnamese zipperheads?
I actually don't.
Because it's
I thought
funny.
it's because their eyes kind of looked like zipper things. Like, I don't know.
No, it's way better than that. I found this out. So apparently it's because of how their heads looked after we ran them over with our tanks. The marks that the treads left behind.
No shit.
After we ran them over, dude. So
Holy
we developed
fuck.
this amazing slur. Imagine the giant leap in slurs against Canadians that we'll see as a result of this totally happening imminent conflict. Can you imagine the new heights it will achieve?
Running over Canadians with tanks. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I have been a bit sore to hear a better
Fucking brutal.
slur than like
Snow monkey is pretty goddamn good.
Moose jockey, I guess.
Moose jockey. But that's the thing. We need
We'll
conflict.
have the greatest minds in the country developing these slurs.
Yeah.
You know, we need this conflict for it.
Plus, we'll see them in, like, I feel like slurs come out of intense situations, you know, like we're talking about them getting run over tanks. Maybe Canadians make, like, a funny noise when you shoot them. I don't know, you know? We're going to have to see. You know?
Oh, no.
Oh, geez, my ear. Oh. Hell yeah, dude.
Sorry, I was in the way of your bullet there, bud.
Can you imagine the content that would come out of that? There's a lot of cameras up there, you know? And they've all got fucking cameras and they'd be filming like idiots with their fucking iPhones. You know, it'd be like Ukraine, but like a lot crisper because not everyone's as poor as Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Right. You know, we just, you know, out of the Ukraine conflict, we had orcs come out for Russians. And unfortunately, since that's a libtard conflict, you know, they don't make the best slurs, but at least it's something. Imagine when homegrown corn-fed chuds are up there in the trenches, you know, blasting Canadian families as they try and run away, setting fire to their towns. What slurs they'll come up with.
I promise you Ukrainians have better slurs for Russians, like in Ukrainian, that we haven't heard. You need to go deeper. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure in their language, they've got some great slurs for those fuckers. I think orcs is just some American bullshit, but they've got some shit.
Oh, like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like Lord of, it's funny, leftoid slurs have to be a reference to pop culture, dude. You're a real Thanos, you know that? Like,
it's because they're
or not.
Because they're evil.
Yeah, they're
hordes.
not the best.
Yeah, no, it's not too good.
It's not the best, but we'll have our top minds in the nation on this, so we can look forward to that. My esteemed panelists here today, do you have any other thoughts you would like to share? Any other sage words of wisdom that you would like to impart regarding the imminent Canadian genocide that we'll be implementing? I'm so excited.
I will say they've had it too good for too long.
Fucking come down here in the War of 1812 and pull some sneaky bullshit and attack us too?
Well, technically that was just
Yeah,
the
well, they're
British.
still swearing fucking loyalty to the crown. I don't know. That's
The games are over. Playtime's over. It's time to realize that, Canada. Playtime is over. Now, Micah, I know you wanted to talk about these fires in California that have been sweeping
Yes.
the great state.
Yes. So, as I'm sure you all have been made painfully aware via social media, there are the whole state of California is ablaze right now. They can't get it under control. There's no water. People are losing their homes. It's a big, big crisis. And, the politicians are frantically pointing fingers or avoiding cameras. They don't know what to make of the situation. They don't know how to explain the situation. They're trying to avoid blame altogether. And so we're not getting a whole lot of answers. But we at the Grillcast have dug deep. We've gotten dirty and been on the ground gathering our sources. And we actually have a video to show you that will shed some light onto the source of these wildfires.
And it's so important, too, because, especially with such a fresh and developing story, you have the Chud saying, well, this is the Democrats' fault. They didn't clear the brush. You have the Democrats saying, well, it's global warming. It's because you're rolling coal in your Chud truck. And, it's hard to filter through all of this misinformation, disinformation, this blame game. So getting a valid source is very important. I'm not just filibustering because I'm looking for the video and trying to put it on. I swear to God, I'm not doing that. Okay, so we found it. You guys, are you ready to watch this?
Yeah, where is it? How do I find it?
How many times have you been on the show, Mason?
It's
how many
been a while.
times?
It's been a while. Wait, I got a recording and then I go to live. Yeah.
So just as a preface, this man is actually our on the ground reporter.
This is an official Grillcast correspondent, boots on the ground, figuring out what the hell is going on. Official. All right, let's go.
Again?
Why is there a fire happening right now?
There are multiple fires that are taking place.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the news though. You're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There,
I think
winds.
it's all the gay people in LA.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, my gorillas. California is now so gay that the entire state is on fire.
We didn't start the fire. And some fucking group of fags were butt fucking so hard that the friction just started a flame and lit their fucking LA mansion on fire. And I was wondering, dude, it's fucking January, Like I come home, it's the middle of winter. I mean, I don't know what that means down there, but there's sure ain't no fire up here. Fuck, I was just burning like tons of shit the other night. I was at camp with the boys and like they were from Texas. And they're like, oh, we got to put this out before we go to bed. And I'm like, no, we fucking don't, dude. It's fucking wet as shit everywhere. There's snow on the ground. Like, fucking throw some more shit on it. Let it burn. It'll still be there for breakfast in the morning. You know what I mean? I don't know what California is like, but something's out of the ordinary right there.
Well, there's a lot of criticism being laid at the feet of the mayor of LA, who is actually out of the country during this whole crisis. Actually giving us her answer to the question, would you rather be in Africa or a city that is literally on fire? And in this instance, she did choose Africa.
Well, I've seen that criticism too. People saying, well, you allowed these people to choose to be gay in your state, and the friction of their rampant butt sex addiction caused the flames to go higher and higher. You're nowhere to be found. And it's like, okay, so what do you want for the mayor of LA to do? Do you want her to just stand there burning in the cleansing flame of God?
What are you, retarded?
Are you stupid? Yeah, get out of there. Don't stay there. Why should she be there? Can you answer me that? No, nobody can. It's just this blame game. It's sick. It's not backed by facts and logic.
So is it?
Yeah, you can be mad at her all you want for cutting the fire department funding and everything else, but you can't be mad at her for not wanting to stand in the middle of her own city like she's not the captain of the Titanic. Okay,
Yeah.
It's not fucking. It's not like, oh, we're going down with the ship.
Yeah.
It's
Women?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, oh, she cut the...
just to rebuild from the ashes.
We cut the fire funding, so we can't have a city, or we can't have a fire department anymore. Are the firemen just standing there like, well, I'm not getting paid right now, so I guess I'm just not going to do anything about it. Why do you need to get paid to fight the fire? Like, literally, just go outside and turn on your garden hose. If every person in LA did that, this wouldn't be a problem.
Not only that, dude. Not only that, if you were to get every homeless person in LA to collectively play fireman, like, you'd have a solid chance at combating that fire. Like, they all just pull out their wieners and start hosing down. Like, there's so many
Tell
homeless
them you'll
people.
give them, like, a little bit of meth if they go grab a bucket. You know what I mean? Like, they got to, like, show some proof that they threw some water on the fire. You give them a little bit of government meth. I guess, like, Adderall. I don't know. Get them
You give them the meth and then they'll do it themselves.
Hell yeah.
You don't even have to pay them anything. Why are we not hiring H-1B Indians for our fire department? They'll work for cheaper. They do a better job. Okay, they're not lazy like our firefighters apparently. Oh, we don't have enough money to go fight the fire. Fuck you, dude. Let's get an Indian on the job.
Yeah, you don't sign up to be a firefighter for the money.
They make it kind of difficult.
You do it for the pussy.
You do it because you liked it.
I looked at being a firefighter once and
whose vibrator is
oh
that?
shit, that's my phone here. I looked at being a firefighter once, and they have all this gay shit. You have to do training or whatever, but apparently they have
you have to dance on a pole.
Yeah, they have all these character tests, and I can't remember, but you basically they try and make sure you're some really good person or something. And it's why? You're just a blue collar worker that fights fires.
Do you need to be a man of moral character to put out a fire?
They have all these extra requirements and shit, and it's dude, you just want some rugged badass that's gonna go in there and fucking do the goddamn job. You know what I'm saying?
Firemen are all arsonists who cheat on their wives, right? You're not hiring people of good, virtuous character for these jobs. You're asking for too much there.
Yeah, they're asking for psychos that hide their past and lie.
Yeah, we always like to focus on those types of jobs. When we talk about it, oh, they're so courageous. Well, have you ever not thought about the fact that they probably have some other character traits that aren't just courage?
Yeah, they're kind of faggots, dude.
Why do we always get hyper fixated on that?
Yeah, I don't know. Firefighters, what's funny is nobody gives a fuck. I've known you can go be a woodland firefighter. Nobody gives a fuck. Those are all young, just normal dudes, But then if you're a government employee firefighter, you got the right suit. Everyone sucks you off. It's dude, they got good equipment. They just drive up with a hose. They pussy out if it's anything remotely.
Yeah, it's because
it's not even a dangerous job.
It's their superhero costume.
Yeah, as a fisherman,
it's their Marvel superhero costume.
Yeah, as a fisherman, I'm sick of people like that getting sucked off. You know what I mean? It's I don't know, dude. They don't even die that often, and when they do, you hear about one fireman burning to death, which is kind of their job, and it happens once every 5 fucking years, and it's all over the media, tragic story, fireman burns to death.
Yeah.
No, he died a hero. It's fuck you, dude. There's all sorts of people that die doing their job all the time.
Yeah, what's the difference between him and that Air Force guy that set himself on fire for Palestine?
Yeah, exactly.
Mason, you are sounding rough, buddy. Holy shit, it sounds like you've been in LA actively breathing in the smoke. It's crazy, man. This is nuts.
Dude, I don't think it's normally like this. I think I'm just kind of bad these last few days. I probably have a cold or some bullshit. I've been driving around an RV doing dumb shit.
It's the insane amount of coke.
It's pure 100% copium hopping.
It's not the cigarettes. It's not the cigarettes. And it's not that bad.
It's not the tobacco.
Leave the goddamn cigarettes alone.
Well,
Yeah, see, we've come full circle. We started talking about why we're not gay and ended on how, the consequences of being gay.
You still think being gay is cool? Not even once.
Yeah. After this?
Is it
after this?
Is it multiple fires or is it one big fire? I don't really get.
No, the entire state is on fire.
Yeah, it's multiple fires. They have fucking
every square inch.
How did they all? Okay, so they all started because of the gays. I actually don't get this. It's not fire season right now. I don't know. Is it really God's wrath? Are they? I don't know. I don't know.
It's because of it's the gay people. They started the fires. Our reporter unveiled this in front of you. What are you not getting?
We had a source to back up our claim.
Yeah, that's right.
I liked how the reporter was like, okay.
Did you see how that?
Okay.
Yeah, she tried to cover it up.
Okay, that's inappropriate. It's all right, you Soros bitch. How much are you getting paid to show this disinformation to the American public right now? We can see right through you, like you're glass. You reptilian scum. Fuck you.
Honestly, what if it's just a couple arsonists, I don't know. How hard would it be?
Just a couple
goofballs. How hard would it be to
fun.
set the entire state of California on fire? I feel like you could drive around in a van and do it in a day. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just like two guys that are like, yo, actually, fuck this state. What if we light a bunch of fires in a circle around LA?
Well, you know what it was probably is it was a gay homeless person because they have butt sex in public. They go into parks, into bushes. That's where they have their gay butt sex. And that's where, it's very flammable there. It's very flammable with all the brush that hasn't been cleared.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. There's a lot of those there. Many, many, many.
Gosh, Orion, you're such a great illustrator.
Yeah. They're having rough, homeless butt sex in the woods. And they're all dirty and shit, which adds like a lot of friction.
Yeah, this is not clean. This is what I'm talking about. That's even worse than being the Discord gays, being the homeless gay. Like the bottom tier of gay.
Their oily fucking pubes are like fucking straight up fire starter. They're soaked in fucking who knows what. Just catches on fire. Oh, fuck. They start burning to death, like God intended. God's laughing. There's like Jesus in the clouds, like in cartoons. He's laughing. And the whole fucking parking lights.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of this. My Gorillas, I hope you feel very learned, very enlightened. You cut through the bullshit and you found the truth behind what is going on here today. And only we can provide that for you. So thank us, venerate us. And we have one last segment we want to cover here. I've been informed that I'm actually legally obligated to continue the Nathan Bonnell segment. Legally obligated, contractually so, because one of our fans, he pays $5.
Someone left a comment on YouTube.
Someone left a comment on YouTube. He said, I pay you on Gumroad, and I want to hear this. I give you money, okay? So here you go, buddy. You get what you want. Don't you feel special right now? Guy, don't you feel like you've really made it in the world? You're an influencer, a big mover and shaker in the world of radical centrism because of your $5 a month. But anyways, so we'll start off with continuing kind of from last time. He is Nathan Bonnell, son of Stephen Bonnell.
Like
Destiny.
opening up a book. Lift the page. Where were we now?
No, wait, the trans kid who's like, or wait, never mind.
No, he hasn't turned out. He chose the path of the chud.
That's right. He talked about his dad being like a fag in his destiny.
Right. So he starts off with saying, as Oingo Boingo once said, I love little girls. They make me feel so good. Now, I don't know what an Oingo Boingo is. I assume it's like a pedophile influencer. Like one of these guys who just is like one of the big time pedophiles that shares pedophile TikToks. But it just strikes me that Nathan Bonnell,
like Dr.
son of
Disrespect?
Destiny, he's the world's youngest pedophile and only 13 years old. Isn't that crazy? Genetically infused pedophilia from his father's DNA. Isn't that nuts?
Jesus Christ, he's 13 years old and people are like...
He's got 1,000 views on this tweet and 23 likes. This one's a real banger.
He's a Guinness Book world record holder of the world's youngest pedophile.
Damn.
So much that he's accomplished in these short few years. He's been abandoned.
Like we can't glaze him up too much here, Orion. We don't really know who his competition is.
Right.
Who is Oonga Boonga? That's the question.
Like I said, I have no idea. I'm not a pedophile, so I don't follow pedophile influencers.
That sounds kind of racist.
Like you said,
it could be. Maybe he's like specifically a pedophile for like black kids or something.
I kind of want to send Destiny a super chat, just like asking him, like, what is Oingo Boingo?
I want to ask him, like, why are you allowing your abandoned son to go on Twitter?
Something more.
And tweet out
pertinent.
That he's a pedophile multiple times. Last episode, we covered multiple tweets he made about being a pedophile, where he posted or retweeted a lolicon with a camel toe.
Really?
Just so...
Nathan,
buddy.
Nathan, what's going on, big guy?
Yikes.
Not good.
Nathan.
Micah, you were supposed to censor that lolly camel toe out when we put the video up, and you didn't.
Ooh.
What's going on there, big guy?
I forgot. I'm lazy. I don't know what you want from me, man.
This is why a 13-year-old shouldn't have a Twitter in the first place.
Right. A statement we've made multiple times. This shouldn't be allowed to happen. But without, a father in the picture to regulate such things, he's left on to his own
Let's vote.
devices, his own pedophilic devices.
We should take a poll for the Grillisha in the comments below. Do you think it is better to have an absentee father if that father is Destiny, or to have the father in the picture if that father is Destiny?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's
Leave a
true.
comment. Let us know. We should actually make that a poll on our YouTube there. Figure out what's going on.
We will do that. Yeah.
And you might be asking yourself, well, so his father's abandoned him in the cornfield, never to return. But where's his mom? What is his mother doing where this is just allowed to happen? Where he's allowed to act like this, to post these things on the internet? And so I'll direct you to this next tweet where he says, how do I explain to my mother that me crashing out over $90 disappearing from my desk is not an overreaction and I shouldn't be punished for it? Someone replies, where do you think the money went? Nathan says, zero clue. It was on my desk yesterday night, and I wake up and it's not there. My mom said she didn't take it, but it was there just hours before.
Oh.
So,
who the fuck? Wait, just real quick, who the fuck just has $90 in cash?
At 13 years old, I didn't have that kind of money. Jesus Christ.
well, apparently, the pedophile business is a booming.
Oh.
That's where I would imagine he's made this money from.
Why does it say he's tweeting from Auschwitz, Poland?
Look, it's because he's trudging out. It's because he's trudging out. He's chosen the path of the chud. He's, ironically Nazi posting. He's lusting after anime children and real children. The world's youngest pedophile. But these Destiny simps, they always say, okay, well, I'll give it to you. Destiny abandoned his son in that Nebraskan cornfield, sure, but at least he pays child support. Dad of the year, Destiny at least pays child support, but I don't
exactly
think so.
$90 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Just leaves it on its
Dad of the year, Destiny. He left his poor son and the mother of his child so broke, so destitute, that his Nebraskan fentanyl addict mother is literally stealing Nathan's lunch money, his child support money that he gets, his paltry sum of $90 off of his desk to support her drug habit. She's clearly out of the picture. She's a Nebraska fentanyl zombie. You know what I mean? Like, this is a life that he's built. Stephen Bonnell knows that his son has been abandoned in the cornfield with a Nebraska fentanyl mom, and he doesn't care.
God.
I mean, why would he?
Those are the depths of the depravity that we're seeing here, Mike Grillis. So, that one guy who allegedly pays us $5 a month, you know what? Send me a message. If you're on our Discord, send me a message. Post proof that you were paying us money, or we're not going to continue the segment. That's it. It's over. I need proof because I don't know. Micah brought that up to me. He's like, well, do you know that this guy actually pays us? And I thought, what if he's lying? What if I am being duped? Am I a dupey? I hate to think so, but that could be the case. So, if you're listening to this, fucking buck up, buddy. Show it. Prove it. So that's all we got. Micah, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to impart on the Grillas here today? Anything you'd like to say to our
I just want to say how glad I am that we got the opportunity to do another episode so soon after the last one, all because Orion wanted to rant about his reasons for not being gay.
Just came up with a big spiel.
Like, just thank Orion for that, my Grillos, because you would not be getting another episode so fast if not for the fact that Orion was not so violently straight.
True. And, what it also came down to is the Canada thing. I need inspiration. I need to feel that fire in my belly. I need to know that I'm preaching from my heart, from my soul, that I'm letting these people know the truth. If I take a long break, it's because I don't have that fire in me. It's been extinguished. The flame has died, but it's been renewed with the idea that we're going to take back what's rightfully ours, that we're going to impart God's will on those goddamn Canadians. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight to behold. Mason, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share with the Grillas today? Or is your voice just totally shot and you just want to get on your breathing machine?
Cough once for yes, twice for no.
A quick little spiel. I might seem a little tired today, a little out of it. If you're a faggot or you're under the age of 25 or you're not very fast, don't come to the Bering Sea. I'm all tired because I was just up there and we had 3 kids come up and we were going to make them slaves. And then they quit and we just had them on the boat sitting there for a month. We had like 3 of these dudes just sitting in their bunk trying to sneak down and eat our ice cream. And we can't like fuck with them anymore like we used to.
What do you mean they quit?
I mean, they quit. I mean,
they just jump off the boat.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah, they just came up. Yeah, so we just ran a crew 4 people short for like over a month because we got out, a couple 100 miles north of St. Paul to the middle of nowhere. And these little Zoomers, these little COVID brand faggots came out to work for like 2 days. And then we're like, wait a second, this is gay. And one of them kept talking about how everyone was mean to him. And I'm like, dude, you signed a contract saying I'm a slave in the Bering Sea. You thought people were going to be nice to you? Like, what did you think this was? Anyway, so they all went to their bunks and didn't leave for over a month. They just went to their bunks and hid from us because we were all, I don't know, we were talking about like raping them and shit a little bit. And so they hid from us. But yeah, that's my PSA I wanted to get out there. Don't go to the Bering Sea if you're a bitch. Huh?
You're gonna rape them?
Well, it was a joke. We were talking about it, like when they could hear us, tell them they look pretty. It's not gay.
Yeah, I think, with your reasoning earlier for not being gay, with these new revelations, you have some time off the boat now. You probably have some time to do some real thinking, pondering, soul searching. So I'd hope that you take that up. Thank you for those final words of wisdom, man. All the Grillas appreciate it. Okay, well, with that, peace out, my Grillos. I don't get it. I just told them that I was going to rape them, and then they hid from me to avoid being raped. I don't understand. How could this happen? They could probably see it in your eyes that it was like one of those jokes. It's like, I'm joking. But
yeah, everyone gets a little more deranged as the month goes on. They start thinking about it more, like, I don't know. That was the point, was to put fear in them.
All right.